Hello and welcome to the Card Deck Creator interview series with me, Ayesha Hilton. Today I have with me the wonderful Janet Joslin, who likes to be referred to as Joslin, otherwise it sounds like Janis Joslin. So welcome all the way from California. Hi Joslin, how are you?
I'm good.
So you've created a beautiful deck which you kindly sent to me. So you've got a set and I've got a set, and it came in this lovely gold bag. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, and then we'll talk about your cards.
Okay, well, I'm basically an artist. I'm 80 years old, so I've done a whole lot of lifetimes, and started the digital art about 3 or 4 years ago. But I've done all kinds of artwork.
So you've been an artist for a really long time, and then you taught yourself how to use Procreate on the iPad.
Yeah. All my
pretty impressed because I'm still struggling to learn it. So
really? Well, I think I spent 3 years trying to figure it out myself. So
yeah. And so what sort of art do you like to do, like traditionally, and then digitally, has it changed?
Oh gosh, I've done everything. Right now I'm back into doing cold wax and oils, and then also encaustic, which is a heated wax thing, but it's too hot right now to do it.
So it just melts.
Yeah, well, it's too hot outside to turn on a heat gun or a torch or anything. So
yes.
And you can't do it inside, the alarms will go off. So
and have you found, like, doing the digital art, you've tried different things that you hadn't done when you were doing physical art?
Well, it's amazing what you can do with it and what you can learn from it. You know, people think it's like this cheating and lazy, but you can try something out and then erase it and try something out and try something out, and then you can go paint the real thing if you want to, you know. But painting the real thing, I just don't have that much of a place to do it that much anymore, so I have to stay small. And I'm getting older, and I can just lay in bed and do Procreate. I hate to admit it.
I do love that, especially if you're traveling. You've got your iPad, you've got your Apple Pen. I took mine away with me recently, and it was good because I could use different techniques and like digital mediums like watercolor and stuff, and alcohol inks, which I can't always do alcohol inks because of the fumes. So it's nice to be able to create those things. So it's great that you're doing that, and you're 80 years young. You're fabulous. I love that you're still learning, and you're an inspiration to me. Now, I'd love to hear about your gorgeous deck. So you've got it there. So let's do a little bit of a show and tell, and just tell us about your deck, Joslin.
Well, I'll tell you how it began. I didn't decide to do a card deck. It was COVID, and I was confined and having some emotional problems with my daughter and all kinds of things. And I found that I just started creating these images. And honest to God, it was like they were channeled, because I just kind of, it's like all painting. You put something down and then you go, oh, okay, this is next. You don't know what's next until you put down that first thing. So I have all these photographs I've done. I have all my photographs of my paintings. And then of course I used the pre-Raphaelite figures, and they would just kind of come together magically. And it was like a real high, you know, and then I'd try the next one, and I didn't put any words on them or anything, but they had feelings for me. They were very emotional for me to do. I felt like they were healing me as I was doing them, you know. So then I think I saw maybe your thing or something about making card decks, and I went, well, wait a minute, you know, these would make really nice card decks. And so I think I told you at first, I didn't want to put words on them because I was just getting hits from them by the pictures themselves. And I didn't want to tell someone else what they're going to get from it. That's why I called it Mirrors of the Soul, because it's to mirror what your soul is trying to get across to you, you know. But then, you know, friends and whatever, I worked with some friends and said, you know, what does this card make you feel like, you know? And we'd go through a lot of different things, and some were real hits, you know. So then I decided to put the words on them. And that's about as far as I went. And now I'm addicted. I mean, I'm doing a tarot deck and my wisdom cat deck and all those sort of things, but I've still got to get that whole deckable thing together. It just seems to have a hard.
Yes, we can talk about that after this,
After,
because this would be
yeah.
beautiful on Deckable, which, if you don't know, is a digital platform that's launching for card decks. So,
Yeah.
like, I've got your cards here. They're just absolutely stunning. So I'll just show you some people. And this is Surrender. So you used all different sorts of inputs for this, like your own artwork, and then layered over with in Procreate.
Yeah, and then that's all digital Procreate stuff, you know, where you use the liquid thing and whatever,
Yep.
and then these, and you put in your little stars and everything. You just
So they're
keep
very
adding.
dynamic, though. The colors are very, very rich, which I love.
Yeah,
And they're sort of like if you splay them out, the colors are similar, but so they work really well together as a deck, you know. There's an instruction card at the front. So yeah, and then you've got this beautiful, as I got it up the right way. Yes.
well, that's actually a photo of a stained glass window I made years ago. It's a, you know, a cut glass window,
Oh,
and so I
beautiful.
have them in my house. And you can, so photography is a real love of mine, you know.
That's so nice knowing that's a real stained glass window.
Yeah.
So would you like to shuffle your cards and just pick one out for us for today?
Okie doke. All over the place here. Yeah, I've been using them quite a bit. I had a cat that was dying, going through stuff, and I was just horrible, and I kept getting trust. And it was I finally had to put her down.
No, that's hard.
Oh, she's the one that's on some of my photos. She's an amazing Siamese with these blue eyes on some of my advertising.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got conceive.
Well, I think for card deck creators, we're all in that. I sort of think of a card deck as a, you know, you conceive of an idea, then it gestates, and then it's born. So that's quite appropriate, I think.
Yeah. And like this card, I remember took a long time for me to come up with a meaning for it.
Can you hold it up for us so we can see it?
Can you?
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. What I love about your designs is there's just so many layers in each card as well, and you can see just how much work you've put into them.
Yeah.
And then did you take these and did you write the words inside Procreate, or did you pop them into Canva and then put the words
I think I did those in Canva because Procreate isn't that easy. I don't know, Canva seemed to be easy, but I was learning both. Yeah.
And for people who haven't started their deck yet, or they've stalled, do you have any advice for them?
That haven't started their deck yet. Well, it depends, as I say. As an artist, I have different ways of doing things, don't I? I mean, I know a lot of people hire artists and whatever. It's just go with what's right for you, what resonates with you. You know what I mean? If I try to think of a deck and an idea that's not going to resonate with me, I can't flow like I did with this one. Even I flowed, but it took me years, you know, 3 years to finally come to conclusion here, you know.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of artwork in that, and that does take longer. You know, And you're right, like everyone has to do a deck that suits them. And yeah, some people hire people, but we've got a lot of artists joining us who want to convert their art. And when I see people's artwork on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that'd be lovely on a deck. Now I got the deck lens when I look at everything.
Well, I tell you, the iPad Pro and the pencil and Procreate is the Cadillac of you know, you can, as I say, you can collage all that stuff, make it transparent, go in and out until it just says, aha. That's kind of the way I work. You know what I mean? It's like it just says, okay, that's it. You know, there's
Put your pencil down.
Yeah. There's no mental activity, not really, except for coming up with the DPI, and that I had to learn all about, you know. And I still don't have
printing, my goodness. And, you know, like obviously you sent me these cards via one of the printers that we recommend, and it took forever with the shipping craziness that's still going on. But yeah. And so are you still selling them through the drop shipping with Vivante?
I'm selling them through Amazon.
Oh, okay. Yep. And so people order on Amazon and then Vivante ship them?
Yeah, and that still takes about a week or so. Yeah. Sometimes depending on where you are. Shipping sucks. It's just really.
Yeah. And that's just the world we live in at the moment. My son ordered something in mid-May, and he's still waiting for it. Don't know if it's ever coming. So yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. I love your deck. I'm very happy that I've got my own copy to play with. And I wish you all the best. And so what are the other card decks you're creating? The cat one?
Well, an actual tarot card. I'm doing the major arcana now, and I'm still using these old paintings that you can legally use, you know. Yeah. But following what the meaning, and it's really beautiful. So I might put the major arcana up on Deckable if I can figure out how to do that again.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait. I'll share a link below for people to purchase your deck on Amazon. It's such a beautiful deck. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you've been such a help. You are just a gift, as I think I've told you before, but I just wanted to say it again. You're like the light in a forest, you know.
I hope you enjoyed that. Wasn't it interesting? And I hope you got some inspiration and some tips from listening to this. So if you're interested in making your own card deck, I invite you to check out the Card Deck Creators Toolkit that I've created for people like you who want to create their own inspirational, affirmation, or oracle card deck. There's so many different card decks that you can create. So I invite you to check out the links below to get the toolkit and get on your way creating. And if you've already created your own card deck, congratulations. Share a link below. I'd love to see it. Much love to you, and take care.